Sam, welcome back. Today might be our last meeting, hopefully not. But anyway, your group's results have been very tense between all your players. And Anish Giri yesterday said that sometimes tournament has only 2 days, the day it starts and the day it finishes. What do you think about this statement?
Well, if it's a 2-day tournament, then yeah, it's true. If it's a World Cup match, there's only 2 games. But no, I mean, of course, points matter. I don't know. This one was maybe there are some events like that, but the longer an event is, the less likely it is that day one or the last day would just mean everything. And this one being 6 rounds is reasonably short, but there's still a fair amount of fluff in the middle.
Right. Do you sometimes play to make someone else proud of you apart from yourself?
Nope. I am a very selfish, horrible human being. I play for myself and only myself, and that's it.
Because chess is a lone sport, or?
Well, yes, it is. I mean, that doesn't mean I don't have friends in the chess world, and I have a big team behind me. People helping with opening preparation. I've got my coach Jakob Ogard. I've got my manager. Of course, I have people around, but when I'm at the board, I play for myself and only myself. And for example, I also, of course, I'm mainly a player, but I have a few students that I train, and whenever they win, I always just consider it the glory theirs and theirs alone. But yeah, I just play for myself.
Are there people in chess that you really like, you're really on great terms, but you just cannot work together?
Yeah, probably. I don't think there's been not many people that I've started working with and then just said we have to end this because it's not working. But there's plenty of people that I like and haven't worked with before that if we were to go that way might just not work out. But yeah, I don't know. I guess there were some cases like that in the past, but yeah, I certainly like the people I work with now.
Do you follow the results of your friends, chess results?
Of course I do. I mean, it's important to them. It's important to me. I'd be a pretty crappy friend if I didn't. It's one thing if you're not a chess player and your friend is a chess player and you're not following their games because you don't even know where to look, or if you watch them, you'd have no clue what's going on. But for a player like me, whenever my friends are playing, I'm always following and giving them a hard time, and hopefully they do the same to me.
So you're not such an egoist after all?
When I'm playing, I'm just a horrible person. I only care about myself. But outside of the game, I try not to be that much of a jerk.
It's good that you differentiate those things. One more question for you. People who do not, let's say, are not into chess, they often have the stereotype that the chess players should be good at maths. How many other stereotypes, or let's say, just name one more that is completely wrong?
Chess players are all a bunch of little nerds with ground glasses and tiny shoulders. That's obviously completely wrong. If you look at the best chess players in the world, it's almost exclusively athletic young men, and who are, well-groomed and well-paid. And, that stereotype may have had some merit to it once upon a time, but it just clearly is not the case anymore. So thankfully, I think the perception of that has changed a lot, especially in the US at least. But I remember when I was growing up, chess players just weren't really respected. I mean, maybe it was just because I was a kid and, all the kids always rag on each other. But even among adults, it wasn't really seen as a profession and taken nearly as seriously. And now that's totally different. And, people really do look up to chess players as athletes and role models. And I think that's great.
Indeed. And perhaps one final question. How often did it happen to you to hang a piece in your OTB games?
Let me answer your question with another question. How many times have you asked me this question before on camera?
Did I?
Yes.
Okay, then apologies.
No, it's fine. It's happened a few times. It's not wildly common, but I remember like 2 or 3 instances. One is really tough. I think the most egregious blunder I did was I lost in 10 moves one time where I played rook e8 to e7. I had a bishop on f6 and my queen's on d8. And the guy goes knight takes c6, and if I play, the queen is on d3 attacking my queen, and now my queen's undefended, and if I take his queen, knight e7 is check, and I just lose a gross amount of material. That one I lost in like 12 moves, and that was not quite a one-mover, but that's what I remember.
All right, and I do have to ask you one more question, just to, compensate. Do you cook?
I do. I'm actually pretty good at it, I would say. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more lazy and started cooking less, but no, I make lots of good stuff. I make lots of like sushi, Korean barbecue, lots of sort of Asian food. I can make good Mexican food, so they know me at the Mexican grocery store where I live. So.
Right, then if Wesley wins, then you have to give him a cooking masterclass.
If Wesley wins, I have to give him a cooking masterclass? Okay.
Just to show that there are things that, you're strong and can overpass.
Yeah, I guess, sure.
Right, thank you so much, Sam, and I hope that we'll meet again.
Yeah, my pleasure.